Once upon a time in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and vast fields, there lived a young boy named Idris. Idris was known across the land for his kindness, compassion, and unwavering faith. Even though he was just a child, his belief in the goodness of the divine and the moral compass it provided him guided all his actions. One day, a terrible drought struck the land. The crops withered, the streams dried, and the animals grew weak. The villagers grew desperate, their hearts filled with fear and uncertainty. In their panic, some began to hoard water while others stole food. The harmony that once graced the village vanished overnight, replaced by chaos and distrust. Idris, witnessing the suffering and the moral decline of his neighbors, remained calm and resolute in his faith. He believed that the God, a benevolent force that watched over them, would not abandon them in their time of need, provided that they kept their hearts pure and helped one another through the crisis. One scorching afternoon, as the sun blazed down upon the cracked earth, Idris gathered the villagers at the center of the town. He stood upon a small mound and addressed the frightened crowd. "My friends," Idris began, his voice steady and sure, "we have let fear blind us to the suffering of our neighbors. We have forgotten the lessons of the God, which teach us to share, to be kind, and to uphold justice even in the face of adversity. Let us not be measured by the abundance of our harvests but by the generosity of our hearts." His words touched a chord within the villagers. Ashamed of their actions, they began to work together, sharing what little they had and helping those who were too weak to help themselves. Days passed, and slowly the village began to find its spirit again. One evening, as the stars blinked alive in the dusk sky, a soft rain began to fall. It was gentle at first but then grew in strength until it swelled into a great downpour that quenched the parched land. The villagers emerged from their homes, their eyes wide with wonder and gratitude. The fields grew lush and green again, and the streams gurgled with fresh water. The villagers realized that the true test of their faith was not in questioning the God during times of hardship but in embodying the virtues that their faith instilled in them. Idris had shown them that by living with morality and compassion, they had invited the very essence of the divine into their lives. And thus, the young boy's name became synonymous with the moral of the story, that in times of great need, it is our duty to act as instruments of the God's will, extending kindness, help, and love to our fellow beings. For it is in the giving of ourselves that we receive the greatest blessings and learn the true nature of the divine. The end.